this video, I'm going to share with you what kind of homes you can find in the financial district in Manhattan. So if you're not so familiar with the financial district, this neighborhood is exactly what the name stands for. It is where Wall Street is in New York City. But not only just Wall Street, there's a lot of huge financial institutions in this neighborhood and just other corporations here in this neighborhood. So it is a very corporate neighborhood. Now, at the same time, a lot of people do live in the financial district as well. So what kind of homes can you find here? So you're going to find a lot of apartment buildings here. And a lot of these apartment buildings are going to be high-rise apartment buildings. So if you look at the financial district skyline, you're going to see a lot of those corporate buildings plus a lot of those residential buildings as well. Now, I would say here, a lot of these apartment buildings that are a little bit older here have been restored, renovated, and almost look like they're brand new. So you can find a good amount of new construction in this neighborhood or restored construction that basically seems like new construction. This could be converted office buildings that then became condos or luxury apartments at some point. Another thing to note is that if you are ever considering purchasing in Manhattan, I would say that the condo options in this neighborhood are very, very good. You can find a good amount of space for condos in New York City in this neighborhood, and you can also find it for a better price than some other neighborhoods that also might have a similar unit. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Now, when it comes to rentals, you're going to have some good options here. The biggest complaint about the financial district is the amount of sunlight that you get in this neighborhood. If you look at the financial district or walk through the streets of the financial district, you might notice that they tend to be very small and narrow. That means that the buildings are closer together, which means less sunlight can come into the neighborhood. And because of that, there are a lot of apartments that are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous apartments. However, if natural light means a lot to you, they don't get the best natural light. So I'm a residential real estate. Whenever I'm working with people in this neighborhood, that's always something that I go over with them. If they're looking to buy or rent, I explain that, do you care about natural light? And if you do, we have to be very careful which units that we look at. And if they don't, then it doesn't matter because there's going to be a lot of great units to look at in this neighborhood that actually might be a little bit of a cheaper price because they might not get that sunlight that people want. Also, a lack of sunlight also means a lack of view for the most part because you're probably not clearing a building in order to get sunlight. So that's something else to keep in mind as well. However, if you are in a unit in the financial district that gets good sunlight and gets a great view, it is incredible, absolutely incredible, so breathtaking. It's just that there's not a ton of units like that here. So if you go to the Seaport district, which is technically from a real estate perspective, a separate neighborhood, but I look at the financial district and Seaport kind of all as one big neighborhood, to be honest with you, because it just feels all the same. And if you live in the Seaport district, you're using all the amenities in the financial district. So there are some low-rise apartments in the Seaport district. I would say that if you walk through the residential area of the Seaport district, it feels very, very different from the rest of the financial district. And of course, if you're in the Seaport district, I mean, I guess depending on where you are in the building, but you're on the waterfront, so you're not going to have to deal with a lack of sunlight here in this part of the neighborhood. So that's just something to keep in mind with the financial district. This is a relatively short video because honestly, the style of homes don't really range that much in the financial district. You're pretty much just looking at apartments. So I hope this helped you understand what exactly you can expect when looking at homes in the financial district. Now, I would love if you guys can share your experiences about living in the financial district if you have at some point. Or I would also love to know, would you ever live in this neighborhood? As always, I love hearing from you guys in the comments.